it's time for another Disneyland attraction duel. Let's go ahead and spin our random ride wheel generator and see who our choices are this time. Let's go. Okay, looks like we have our matchup. It's going to be the Matterhorn versus Star Tours. Okay, for the Matterhorn, it's got an amazing location in terms of being able to see the Matterhorn from basically anywhere in the park. It's truly iconic. But the queue is actually kind of tucked away in the back. I'm going to give Matterhorn a 3. For the Matterhorn's queue, most of it is outside, which can get pretty hot on a warm day. Plus, it really just wraps around the rest of the Matterhorn until you get to the very end. And yeah, it's got some fun Swiss theming, but other than the Swiss music which plays, it's kind of dull. For average weight, this line always seems quite long, and throughput isn't really amazing, so I'm going to give it a 2. For Ambiance, despite the lame queue, it does have a super Swiss feel to it. And I mean, the mountain itself is just so iconic and beautiful. How do you not love it? Occasionally, I don't know if they still do this, but they used to have climbers that would be on the outside of the mountain. Inside the ride is decorated beautifully. The Matterhorn really does feel like it's from another time. 9 points. In terms of excitement, it's obviously a fun coaster. I mean, especially when you consider it was the first tubular steel roller coaster in the world. It's got dips and it's got turns, it's got the abominable snowman, it's got a splashdown at the end. It's an exciting ride. Not the most exciting ride, but it's exciting. I'm going to give it a 7. Enjoyment. This is where the Matterhorn really suffers. The ambiance and the excitement are great, the Swiss feel is great, but I do not enjoy this ride. When I get off the Matterhorn, everything about me hurts. My back, my butt, my neck, my knees. It gives me a major headache and bumps and bruises everywhere. On enjoyment, this is a 3. Nostalgia. I used to ride this with my dad when I was a kid, and it brings back fond memories of visiting Switzerland as a kid with the family as well. So this gets a 5 for nostalgia. Alright, that gives the Matterhorn a total of 32. Not a bad score. Do we think Star Tours can top it? Only one way to find out. Star Tours is an easy location to get to. The entrance is definitely closer from the entrance of Disneyland than the Matterhorn. It's got easy access to Space Mountain when you're done. I give it a 4. The queue here is mostly indoors. It's well themed to Star Wars, but it's also basically just lots of long, boring corridors, so it's okay. Give it a 3. For average weight, this line can be pretty long too, but I feel like Star Tours has much higher throughput, so I think it moves a bit quicker. 3 points. For ambiance, I mean, okay, let's be real. You basically just get in a moving box and then watch a Star Wars movie while you're shaking around, right? The moving box is themed well, but I never walk out of this ride thinking, wow, the ambiance of Star Tours is so incredible. So, unfortunately, that's not really this ride's strong suit. I'm gonna give it a 6. Excitement, on the other hand, Star Tours is super duper exciting, especially now that they have like a billion different combinations and movies, so it's fresh every time. So while I never walk out of Star Tours raving about the ambiance, I also never walk out of Star Tours thinking, gee, that was boring. Now, here's the kicker. In terms of enjoyment, while the Matterhorn breaks my body, Star Tours breaks my stomach. I, unfortunately, get really bad motion sickness on motion simulator type rides like Star Tours. So even though I really enjoy this ride and I still go on it, I basically spend the first half of the ride loving it and the second half doing controlled breathing and closing my eyes and just hoping I don't yak on everyone. So it's kind of a love-hate. Unfortunately, gonna have to give this one a... For nostalgia, this is another ride I really used to enjoy with my dad as a kid before I got motion sickness, but sadly, no fond memories of trips to Tatooine, so only a 4 for Star Tours. Alright, let's count it all up. Looks like Star Tours comes in at 33 points, edging out the Matterhorn by just one single point. Now, obviously, this was super subjective, so leave me a note in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? How would you score these rides? And let me know if you have a special Disneyland attraction duel request, and I will make it happen. Thank you, and see you on the next one.